RDX was started a couple of years back. We started with the machine development, and prior to this, my background was I was a digital printer for the past 12 years. So starting with DTG machines, we got into hybrid machine, and after using these machines for so many years, we found the nuances of the machine and how this machine could be even bettered to get a better productivity and a better result. So that is the core motto before starting the RDX, and right now I am very confident and very sure we have achieved our goal in obtaining the maximum speed with the best quality at the most efficient cost. And by manufacturing this machine in India, especially in Coimbatore, we have so many engineers who know in and out of the machine. So they are the ones who manufacture the machine, so we don't have any service issues like any of the competing Chinese brands. We have come up with a hybrid digital printing machine which combines the technology of the traditional screen printing and the upcoming digital printing. So what happens here is you can use the screen to make the underbase white and use the digital machine to print the colors, and just in case if you want value additions like glitter, foil, puff or a fluorescent color, you can always do it in a single process in the screen printing machine. So after the fabric is loaded, the whole process is done, and when it is unloaded, the complete printing procedure is completed. There is no need for a different setup for a digital and different setup for a value addition and different setup to do a underbase. It is all combined in a single machine. And in Coimbatore, like we have a complete manufacturing facility with all the advanced machines and engineers for different departments. For example, we have a team of mechanical engineers for the designing of the machine and electrical engineers for the implementation and testing of the machine. We have software engineers to utilize the Indian software capabilities, which has not been implemented by any other machines from any other country. We have a special collision detection and advanced AI based deep learning methods, where there has always been an issue with the digital printing machine with the fabric colliding with the printhead, so which really brings in a lot of downtime. So all this is reduced with detecting a collision using a camera machine vision. So this is a major advantage that we have done, and thanks to my software team who has done this implementation. The RDX was first started to avoid all the issues that we were facing all these years as a printer, because though digital was always having a huge demand, we never ran out of orders. We were flooded with orders, but we were not able to deliver it on time to the customers, majorly because of the drawbacks in the machine. So any machine manufacturer who is doing this machine is a machine manufacturer. Even though we give them the feedback, they don't implement it, they don't consider it seriously. But when I made the machine, we had a team of people who has been working in the printing industry. We listed out all the practical difficulties that we are facing, and one problem after the other, we were solving it. So that is why this machine is not by the printing machine manufacturer, this machine is by the printer for the printer. So that is why I am very confident this machine is no headache machine, which will, like, I don't want my customers to face the problems that I faced. As the company is still young, like we first initially we wanted to test the machine in my market. So first implementing this machine in my factory, we did a lot of trials and testing, and then to my customers, and only after we got the confidence, for the first time we have come out of the Tirupur market and have entered the pan-India market. So this Gartex show is the first time we have come out of the Tirupur market. Now we are full confident of selling the machines pan-India, because we have tested and tried everything, and everything is solved and fixed. Now the machine is excellently stable. Yeah. The major reason again behind starting this company was, if there is a downtime in a machine, we had to wait at least a week to 10 days to get the spare parts from China or any other part of the world. So we wanted to minimize the dependency on other countries, because a downtime is a huge loss for the customer. When you buy a machine for such an expensive price, you not only lose the production time and the production value, you also start losing the confidence of your customers. Because if something gets delayed, if the order is getting delayed, for an export customer, probably a sea shipment can be converted to air shipment, which is very expensive. So that is why we procure the components only from the best in the business. For example, Siemens, we use it for PLC and the other major components, electrical components, and we use Panasonic for our magnetic levitation, magnetic linear drive. That is again a new technology because the belt doesn't give the precision. So we have implemented the magnetic levitation technology, and Panasonic, we are using Panasonic components for that. And Rico, the first major thing that I want to mention here is Rico, because Rico Gen 6 is the latest printed, which was released just 2 to 3 years back, and now after solid testing in my own unit for 1 year, 1.5 years, when the printed was excellent, stable, even without any nozzles, even after 1 year if properly maintained, we decided to go with the Gen 6, Rico Gen 6 printed. So that is high quality, high jetting frequency, and the picoliter is just 5, and the production speed is also very fast. That is why we are able to achieve at least 50 to 100 pieces more than any of the competitors in the world. We can boast for a A4 size print, we can do up to 450 pieces, which is the maximum in the industry. So even a 50 pieces extra per hour can mean at least 10 lakhs of production value or revenue increase for the whole month. So from a printer standpoint, this machine is going to give a lot of benefits to the customers. If you ask me, hybrid digital printing machine, this combination of screen and digital printing machine, RDX is the first and the only company in India to manufacture this machine. Because until this point, except for RDX, if you want a hybrid digital printing machine, it's only the Chinese machine or the US or American machine, European machine. So we don't find competition from the Indian business yet, but we do have heavy competition from Chinese. But I can easily differentiate my machine from a normal Chinese, from a Chinese machine, whatever best quality it is. We have implemented all the functionalities that could make things easier. You can easily compare with Chinese machine and our machine with any brand machine. Like our production speed is the highest in the market. There is no questions, I can prove it. Like we give the maximum speed at the maximum quality at the best price. This is a very good question, sir, because I thought we might forget it. It's a very good question. Sustainability is the future, and that is where we are all growing towards. And if you consider printing as a whole is a major polluting factor or the effluent creation. This is the place where the textile industry has an issue when it comes to sustainability. And our machine, the digital printing machine, the major advantage is all the colors that are put onto the fabric are exactly the amount of colors that's required to be jetted onto the fabric. There is no washing of screen, there is no washing of effluent. So it is the most sustainable way for the future. So for example, where 10 liter of water was wasted, here maybe 10 ml of water is getting wasted. So that is a major difference from using a normal traditional method of screen printing or rotary printing and converting it and going to a digital printing. Yeah, and it is only going to evolve, and we definitely in the future will be coming up with an RO plant where even the minimal residual will be filtered within the machine itself. So at that point I can be more confident. Maybe not today, but today certainly there is a massive impact, but we can make it a zero impact at some point. We started in Coimbatore because that's an engineering hub. We were able to bring in the resources very fast, and it is a very short duration that we have done it. It is all self-funded, and we were able to give everything for this one, and it was very quick process. And Tirupur market, people trusted me, so they purchased the machines based on the trust, and we were able to accelerate over there, but now it is time to concentrate on the pan-India and international market. So we are here, and very soon we will be moving to different parts of India, different pockets of India where the t-shirt printing is a major business. After getting to it, we are definitely concentrating on going to the international market wherever the t-shirt manufacturing is in a big way, like Bangladesh for example, and other parts of the world. So that is how we want to go take it. The major reason why we didn't buy machines and sell it here is because we wanted to manufacture the machine here, so that all my engineers are completely aware of how the machine works. So when so many people are aware of how the machine works, it is much easier for us to give support. Now, we don't have to trust or rely on one person or two person. We are already training a lot of people for the pan-India market. When it comes to Make in India, I am a big fan of Make in India. The reason is because only when Make in India happens, because with so much of engineering and so much of technology evolution, like we have a young population which is highly educated, and it is our duty to utilize them. When we buy a machine from another country, we definitely are not trusting our engineers. So when people start trusting the Indian engineering, then that is when we can go outside India. So first we expect the Indian companies to trust the Indian engineering, and when that happens, then automatically it will be easier for us to go outside India. And in this textile evolution of digital printing, I want the Indian companies to be the global leaders at some point.